everyone, welcome back to another All Signs Energy Scan reading where we will be going through the 12 signs and seeing what the energy is of the moment, if there is anything that Spirit would like to impart, to shed light on. Feel free to check your sun, moon, or rising signs or any other important planetary placements. We are going to go ahead and get started with Virgo since it is Virgo's season. So happy birthday to all of my beautiful Virgos. Wishing you abundance, prosperity, radiant health, and all of the best things. You deserve it. I hope you guys have a blast and really enjoy your season. Let's take a look at the current energies for Virgo. Again, guys, I'll include all of the timestamps below, so you could just jump to your sign. But we are going to start with Virgo today. So let's see, Virgo. What are the current energies? Okay. So you guys may be finding yourself really going back to the basics. You could be budgeting right now, really holding on to your money, to what you have, until you feel safe to, spend more, to invest in things. I see you trying to build a stable ground for yourself, like build some stability here for yourself, build a good structure, a good foundation, and being really focused on that. The block at this time is that you're not really seeing like a positive outlook for yourself. Maybe you're holding on to your money or holding on tightly to something because it's coming out of a lack mentality, and you're not seeing right now the potential of what's to come. You may not really be seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. You may not be feeling too optimistic about what's to come. Maybe things are looking grim and you're scared, and it's causing you to hold on tightly to everything. And you may be having like a stronger focus on worst case scenarios versus things that could potentially go right. Good things coming your way, doors opening, opportunities. These things just don't seem to be super available to you right now. Those are the sprinklers, if you can hear that. But yeah, I just feel like feeling positive about what's coming next. You're not feeling too good about it. It's not really available to you right now. And this is your block right now, your inability to see the bright side, the silver lining. So let's get more information. What is the heart of the matter here for Virgo? What is the heart of the matter for Virgo? Virgo, you're not seeing things very clearly right now. You're seeing it from a very distorted lens. You're also very shaky. This is probably why you want to focus on, your foundation, on stabilizing yourself, like regulating yourself, because right now you're just a little bit unclear, uncertain, unsure. Things may not be what they seem right now, and there's just something that you can't see past. But I do see that you're getting like a distorted view. Spirit is really asking you to clean your lens. The lens that you're perceiving reality from right now is definitely like tainted. And it's causing you to like make plans and make actions that may be very limiting. So you are being asked to kind of like go into your subconscious mind. And one way that we can do that is by going to our roots, going to your childhood, to how you were raised, and really analyzing that. Any trauma that you endured, the ways that your brain was wired to perceive, to think, to believe, what are your core beliefs? Why? So I think, doing this kind of reflective work is really going to be useful for you, is really going to be beneficial for you, Virgo. I just remembered right now that as I'm recording this, I think Mercury just went retrograde, and you're ruled by Mercury. So this is a time to kind of reassess, reevaluate, what hasn't been working. Where do you feel stuck? Where do you feel blocked? Where do you feel in lack, in a state of lack? Why can't you see the good, the good that's coming to you, the goodness that's available to you right now and in your future? Why can't you believe? Why can't you trust that good things are coming your way, that good things are meant for you? So yeah, again, definitely a time to take a look at the beliefs, the traditions, worldviews, all of these things that were passed down to you. So we can get to the bottom of why you could be handling your current situation this way, why you could be perceiving it in the way that you're perceiving it, and we can make changes from there. A really good book that I recommend for this kind of work is called Mirror Work by Louise Hay. I recommend this book all of the time. I really love it. I think it's a really good starting point to just like go back and retrace, what your core beliefs are, really listen to your self-talk. What is that internal voice saying? Where is it coming from? Is it coming from ego or is it coming from divinity? And building that discernment to be able to tell the difference, and working on any core beliefs that need rewiring so that you can clean this lens that you're looking out from, that you're perceiving your situation from. So what is the solution here for Virgo? Let's ask Spirit. That was my solution. Solution from Angeli. My 2 cents. Let's see what Spirit has to say. What is the solution for Virgo? We got 3 cards for you for solution. We got the Moon, the Queen of Discs or the Queen of Pentacles, and the 3 of Swords. So it's like I was saying, the solution is again for you to go to your fears, analyze your triggers, analyze your emotions, the emotions that cause triggers, that then cause a certain kinds of action or behavior. It all stems from pain, from hurt, from unresolved issues that you've been carrying for a long time. And again, it has to do with your family, childhood, how you were raised, the poor habits and patterns that you're in as a result of whatever was passed down to you. There's something here that is generational that you need to break. It's not your fault, but it definitely is your responsibility, and you can be successful in breaking this, in freeing yourself and liberating yourself of these like toxic negative habits out of like a cycle that you're stuck in, that you have been stuck in for a long time, that has been passed down to you, potentially from a mother figure. I think this is definitely connected somehow to your mother or the person that raised you that was in that position. This has to do with like a mother wound. There's pain here that's associated with that, and it's something that you've internalized and that is very triggering. It affects you still till this day, whatever this mother wound was. Maybe this mother person was very hard on you, expected a lot from you, expected you to be very successful, expected you to provide something, to like be a go-getter, maybe to provide for your mother. Your mother encouraged you to have a lot of structure in your life, have a lot of order, be very responsible. Maybe you had to be like responsible at a very young age or something, and it was because this mother figure needed you to be so that you can provide something. It was like maybe she was depending on you to bring something in, to provide something. So maybe your sense of worth comes from what you can provide, or the position that you hold. But something about this is causing you to feel triggered, it's triggering like some deep wounding that you carry inside of you that you need to address, because it's influencing and affecting the way that you perceive the world, the current situation that you're in, the way that you perceive yourself. It's definitely influencing here in a negative way. And so that's why you want to take time to work this out, to unearth whatever this is and to work it out so that you can start to see it clearer. Because I feel like right now, the way that you're perceiving it is distorted. It's from a place of pain and hurt and heartbreak and disappointment, from a place of lack, from a place of feeling let down. Maybe you just never feel good enough, even when you do achieve great things. It's like you can't feel happy about it. You can't see it as a great thing. You're always kind of like after the next great thing. And you can't just appreciate how far you've come and where you are and how successful you have been. It's like you're always looking for more, for the next thing. It's like you never feel like it's enough. Spirit wants you to see how far you've come, how powerful you are, how capable you are, how smart you are, and how abundant you are. There's definitely something you're not seeing clearly. It's like you already are all of these things that you're like rushing to be, or that you don't see yourself as, that you think you still need to work on. It's like you already are those things, but you can't see it because of some deep wounding inside. So the only way that you can free yourself from this is by going to that place where the wounds exist, where the wounds originated, and rewiring all of that, being able to become aware of your triggers, why they're there in the first place, and instead of all of that like running amok, being able to be aware of it so that you can then regulate yourself and move past it, move beyond it, break free from these influences. So you can start to see the truth, so you can start to see clearer. Because I feel like there is something here blocking you from seeing the truth of yourself. Okay, so let's get a card for advice. What is the advice from Spirit? Okay, this one wanted to come out. The Queen of Swords. Yeah, to see clearly, you know. They're saying to have really good discernment, to see clearly, to not get fooled anymore, you know, to not let these things influence you anymore, but to be able to pick up on them, see them, know exactly what's going on so that you can find solutions, so that you can make better decisions, and just have clear discernment over the situation that you're finding yourself in. And again, being able to distinguish that ego voice from that divine voice, being able to tell them apart, really building up that discernment. Okay, Virgo, these are like really deep seated, you know, core issues that you're grappling with, that you're facing, that you have to address, that you have to go inside and spotlight so that you can understand and break free from. So have compassion for yourself throughout this period. Honor your feelings, honor your emotions. Don't blame anyone. You know, it is a time to be compassionate for yourself, for your family. If this was brought upon you from a mother figure, you know, it's a time also to be compassionate for that person and their experiences and what made them pass these things down to you. It's just a time for you to kind of just see the bigger picture and see the truth of things. Be compassionate, stay pure, you know, very pure-hearted, and be strong as you go on this journey within. Spirit is saying that you can do it. And if you're brave enough to do it and to face everything, you're going to be reunited again with the divine, the divinity that exists inside of you. It's going to be much easier to access your higher self and to hear that voice and to recognize that divine voice that we all have, but maybe, you know, you kind of lost sight of yours for a little while there. And it's not your fault, again, but it is your responsibility to do the work so that you can be reunited with it. And you'll realize that it was there all along. It was just kind of being muffled and covered with all of this unresolved trauma and pain and hurt that exists. But you're being called to look at it now and to work through these things now. Okay, Virgo, these were your messages. Sending you all my love. You got this. Best of luck to you. Thank you so much for being here with me today. And I hope to see you again at another reading. Take care. We'll be moving on now to Libra. Let me pick these cards up. Let's move on to Libra. What are the current energies for Libra? Okay, Libra. So it looks like you guys are just having a good time, having fun. Maybe you guys have good company around. You guys are enjoying leisure time, just feeling very happy. The block is coming out as the Nine of Pentacles. So I think that right now you guys are relying too much on friends. You know, maybe you feel like if you don't have company or if you don't have certain people around you that it's not going to be a good time or you're not going to enjoy yourself, or, you know, like you just don't see the fun in being with your own energy, being alone, being by yourself. You don't see your own like power, your own strengths. when you're alone. I don't know, like it's just, you're finding it really difficult right now to just be alone, to just be happy by yourself and feel like that's enough, and feel like you can have a fun time, a good time all on your own. It's like, I just feel like maybe you're feeling like maybe you need to have other people around you validating you in order for things to feel fun and happy. So the heart of the matter here is the Prince of Cups, which that's the Knight of Cups. I think right now you're just like in a really dreamy, fantastical type of an energy. Like you don't want to work hard. You don't want to work at all. You just want to indulge in like the things that bring you joy, your artistic side, your creative side. Oops. But yeah, like you just want to have fun. It seems like you don't want to worry about any real life things, about any responsibilities, about work, like you're just not in that energy right now. So what is the solution here for Libra? Oh. What is the solution here for Libra? I didn't take those cards because they didn't flip. What is the solution here? Whoa, we got so many cards for solution. Well, we got 4. Let's see, the solution. Maybe there's like something you're avoiding here. I don't know. It just seems like there's like some kind of an issue or some kind of a conflict. It could be internally, it could be externally, like in a work environment. There could be a lot of debating, a lot of back and forth, like a lot of bickering, I feel like it's very minor. Like whatever it is that is conflicting you right now, like Spirit wants you to see how minor it is, and that you're actually in a really good position. You're actually in a really good situation that is very happy and is very positive. And you can consider your situation, whatever you're doing right now or whatever you're surrounded by, like you can consider this to be like a wish fulfillment for you. I see you definitely being on path. You definitely have a lot of power, a lot of energy. You're very vital right now. I see you really connected and tied to your purpose, like to your North Node. I see you on path to that, to your highest potential. So whatever like tension this is that you're feeling, whatever annoyance, conflict it is that you're feeling in regards to the situation, it mostly, I think, just has to do with your mood, not really that there's something wrong with your situation. Like, I don't think there's something wrong with your work or the work that you're doing or the people that you're working with, your responsibilities, your duties. I just think that right now you need a break. It could just be that you need a break. So if you're thinking like, oh man, I'm not in the right place, I'm not in the right environment, I'm not around the right people, if you're having second thoughts, I don't think that this is accurate. I think you're in a great place, according to these cards, of course. Please use your own discernment and only take these messages if they're resonating for you. But I see you being in a really amazing spot, like in a really good place. But you just simply might not be in that like work mode. You just might not be in that like mode where you want to cooperate and do your part and work with others and be a team player, a team member. You kind of just want to do your own thing. Maybe you're focused on like vacationing or having a good time or being around things that feel good all the time, But a little bit of discomfort never hurt anyone. We do have to get out of our comfort zone to grow, to progress, to move forward. And I feel like maybe you're finding yourself kind of like needing to get out of your comfort zone or feeling a little bit uncomfortable about something. So this little bit of discomfort is not a reason for you to completely jump ship and move in a different direction. Maybe there is something here that you need to communicate, that you need to speak on, something here that you're avoiding, some kind of conflict that you're avoiding. But Spirit is saying like, you have to walk through the fire. You have to face this. You have to find a solution to this. You can't just turn your back from it or think that like, oh, well, that doesn't feel good, so I'm not gonna even worry about that. It's like sometimes discomfort is a very good thing. It's like pushing us to grow, pushing us to become more. And I think for you in your case, it definitely is that way. You moving through whatever this conflict is and facing it, it's like what's on the other side of it is happiness, is healing, is wish fulfillment, is purpose, truth, you know? So don't avoid anything. I feel like you might be avoiding something. I don't know. It has to do with work, I think, or you're feeling very like you don't feel that you're capable or something. You don't see that you can do this, you know? I just feel like you're distracting yourself and you're at a standstill because you're avoiding something. You're actively like not trying to cross some kind of conflict, like deal with some kind of conflict, face some kind of conflict. It doesn't look to be a super huge conflict, but just know that whatever it is, the obstacle is the way. You are meant to be feeling uncomfortable. You are meant to get out of your comfort zone so that you can grow and progress and see just how strong and how capable you really are, and that you absolutely can handle whatever this is. You look to be so much bigger and stronger than whatever this little conflict is that you're like avoiding and you don't want to face, and you're trying to like look the other way and, you know, distract yourself maybe with friends, with the drinks, with parties, with fun times to like not face this. What is the advice for Libra? Ooh, one of the cards fell. The advice for you, Libra, is to face it. Like whatever this is, you just have to face it. I feel like you're very worried. You think that you're so much smaller than whatever this is, but you can do it. Right now, you're being called to stick to your duties, to stick to your responsibilities, to, you know, do whatever it is that you have to do. I don't know, Libra. I feel like you have to say something. You have to communicate something. And Spirit is telling you to do it. It's like you don't want to do it because, I don't know, you're worried about it. You think there's going to be some sort of falling out, that you think there's going to be a fight. You know, this is something that is very conflicting to you in your mind. You may be going back and forth and it's just causing a lot of tension, a lot of agitation. You think it's going to cause some kind of loss. You think the outcome of this is going to be like a bad one or something. And Spirit is saying that it's the total opposite. It's the total opposite. It's actually going to have a very positive outcome. And you just have to do what it is you have to do. You have to face this. You have to communicate yourself. You have to stay responsible. And yeah, like you have an opportunity here to bring balance to the situation. And maybe this is a situation that's been here for a while. Like it's like, you know, you have to do something, you know, you have to say something, you know, you have to take some sort of an action, but you're kind of like avoiding it. And Spirit is saying like, you're going to have the opportunity soon or right now, if it's not already happening, to have like a redo, or like to like this, the opportunity to have this conversation, or the opportunity is going to arise again for you to face this. Spirit is like bringing it to you. So instead of thinking like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, no, why are you doing this to me, God? Why? It's like, this is divine. This is what you need to do. This is what you need to walk through. This is the door that's open. It's for a reason. Walk through it. Do what you have to do. Say what you need to say. Speak your truth. It's saying to like uphold some kind of standard, some kind of belief, some kind of rule. Maybe you have to like enforce a boundary or enforce a rule, enforce some kind of belief maybe that you have. But in you doing this, it's going to have a positive outcome, not a negative outcome like you think. Okay, Libra, those were your messages. I truly hope this served you. Wishing you the best of luck. Thank you so much for being here with me today, and I hope to see you again soon at another reading. We are going to be moving on now to Scorpio. Scorpio. Let's see. What are the current energies for Scorpio? Ooh. Scorpio, what's going on? Okay, so we have the Tower. So you guys are just feeling very unstable right now. Maybe there's a lot of unforeseen, unprecedented changes happening right now. A lot of unexpected occurrences, situations arising that you maybe didn't feel prepared for. And so it could potentially be causing you to feel very uneasy right now throughout these times. And the block for you is you can't see your way out of this, maybe. Like, you really can't see how this could possibly eventually like settle down or eventually be a good thing. It's like you're very stuck right now in the negativity of it all, in the destruction aspects of it all. I just feel like you're very stunned, honestly, and it's causing you to stay stuck, even though Spirit is saying that something here needed to be destroyed. This destruction is good. But I think you're really afraid of like other people knowing. I don't know. It's like you don't want other people to know something. You don't want something to come out. And because you're fearful of that, it's like you're stuck. You're holding yourself back. You're perceiving yourself to be like helpless, in a helpless position in the situation. Let's keep going. Let's see, what is the heart of the matter for Scorpio? What is the heart of the matter for Scorpio? Well, we got the Scorpio card here, Death. So you're coming up here. And then we also have Mars, which could also be associated to Scorpio. So a lot of Scorpionic energy coming through here, a lot of changes, a lot of transformation, and it's not coming easy. It's like coming with a lot of like chaos and, destruction, and it's very forceful. It's like it's shaking you, and it could just be a very uncomfortable time right now where you really don't know how this is going to turn out. And it's almost like you don't know how to defend yourself either, or you don't see yourself winning this one. It's like you see yourself taking some major loss here. But it is during these times that you are called to be strong, is during difficult times. It's easy to be strong when everything is all fine and dandy and happy, but it's during these times when it's kind of like really being put to the test, your character and your courage, your strength. So you're really being called to step into that and to embody that, because whatever it is that you're going through right now is definitely requiring you to be strong. It's like it's really requiring you to persevere, to be the rock, to overcome. So right now is not a time to give up, and it's not a time to give into this idea that you're weak and that you're helpless. You're not. You need to believe in yourself and know that you have everything that it takes to navigate your way through whatever it is that you're experiencing, because I can see that it isn't easy. But your strength, your courage, your conviction is what's going to bring balance to the situation, okay? As helpless as you might feel, I don't know if you feel like someone has dirt on you, or someone's going to expose something, or, you just feel like you're stuck, like you're trapped. That's an illusion. You're absolutely not trapped. You're a lion, and you can overcome this, and you will overcome this. You're being put to the test in a major way, I think. But maybe it's like an initiation. I'm getting like initiation. And I'm also getting that this destruction was necessary. It was needed. Destruction isn't always bad. Everything has its place. We need everything. Creation energy and destruction energy. They're both important in different times and places, But I do see like it's like causing you to need to be vulnerable. That's probably why it's saying you need to be strong, because you need to be vulnerable. It's like something about you is like being seen, is coming up to the light. And it's maybe something that you're not proud of, or something that you don't want people to know, or you don't want it to be seen. But this vulnerability is strength. This is strength. Being able to just be seen I think it's like you have to tell somebody what has control over you. It's almost like, for some of you guys, please take this as it resonates. It's obviously going to be on a gradient. But what I'm getting is like, if you have an addiction, you know, or you have something that you know is taking over your life or is consuming you in some way, that you just feel like you don't have a say, you know, and you feel like it's destroying your life. You feel like it's messing things up, and you need help. It's like that moment where you admit to it. You admit to someone, or you say like, hey, I have an issue. I have this problem. I need help. It's consuming my life. And the moment that you do that is when you can really embody your strength, because it's when you turn a corner. You did what you had to do to change the situation, to break out of a certain loop or cycle that was just destroying you. So something that you perceive to be destructive, to just be really bad, that you don't want people to know, it's keeping you in the negative cycle. And if you just came out with it, you're changing the energy up. You're letting someone in. You're saying the truth. You're being authentic. You're being vulnerable. And you're inviting in that help, that new energy that can help shift things for you, because you need it. You absolutely need it right now, is what I'm seeing. It's going to lead you to happiness. You being vulnerable is going to lead you to happiness. You're going to feel so good, so vibrant, so full of energy. It's like you're going to get your life back. You're going to get your health back. Maybe, you know, you also are experiencing poor health or something. You're experiencing something, and this is your chance to kind of like turn the tables, to like shift the energy. This is what's going to bring in the blessings, bring in the good times, bring in the joy, the enlightenment, the optimism, the good fortune. So Spirit just wants to give you a reminder that you have what it takes to succeed. You've just forgotten it for this brief moment, but you have power. If at any point you've given it away, this is your chance to take it back. If at any point in your journey you've misplaced it, this is your opportunity now presenting itself for you to remember where it is, which is in your heart. It's in you. A change is definitely needed here. So this destruction is a good thing. Change right now is a good thing. You are not helpless. So let's move on to the solution. What is the solution here for Scorpio? I'm getting like so many cards for each one, but it's okay. This seems to be an important message here for you. So the solution is to retreat. You can't just keep living your life like it's all good, like nothing is happening. If things are really chaotic right now, really out of control, feeling really unstable, and like things are just crumbling, take this as your opportunity to handle the situation differently than you have in the past. It's like you're getting another opportunity to handle the situation, but with more like awareness. Like Spirit is definitely involved here. They're present, they're guiding the situation, and there is something that you need to leave, that you need to walk away from, that you need to remove yourself from, distance yourself from. Maybe you just need to isolate yourself. This could be talking about like rehab or some kind of retreat or something, like isolating yourself, going away. Often when we're trying to break really negative patterns and habits, you need to like completely just be removed from your whole life, from your whole like normal routines, to kind of like reestablish a different, more healthy pattern, right? Healthier habits, so that you don't fall into like the same little traps that you used to. It's necessary for you to just get like pulled out of it all, of your whole routine, your whole life. So that could be something that is coming up, an opportunity for that may be coming up. And if that's the case, definitely take it, because I see it being for the best. You know, as soon as you're removed, as soon as you're away, you're isolated, you're going to start getting like a higher perspective. You're going to start seeing things from a different angle. You're going to be getting more enlightened on certain things, and it's going to bring the love back in. You're going to feel very emotionally mature. You're going to feel comfortable, to show yourself completely, to be vulnerable. And when you invite this energy in, it's going to awaken like your psychic, intuitive, sensual side. You may be opening the doors to like your artistic and creative nature. You're going to be inviting love in. You could even like discover, some kind of hobby or creative pursuit. You could be having prophetic dreams, channeling something, I don't know. But I see you being connected to something that's very spiritual as you undergo this process. It's definitely a time where you're going to be getting in touch with your feminine side, and it's like an opportunity for you again to develop like your intuition and learning to see with your third eye, a time where you learn how to properly acknowledge your emotions and you start embarking on spiritual pursuits. You're going to open yourself to receive love, to receive healing, and to receive nurturing energy. I just feel like whatever it is that you are afraid to say, to talk about, whatever it is that you're afraid to come out with, people are going to understand. You know what I mean? I feel like when we're too afraid to like be honest and be authentic with certain things, it's because we have this deep fear that no one's going to get it. No one's going to understand. We're going to be severely judged. People are going to get it. People are going to understand. And they're even going to admire your strength, okay? And admire your vulnerability. And they're going to be very receptive to you and to what you're going through. And this is what's going to bring solutions for you, okay? So be open to receiving the solutions and the love, because the universe wants to give it to you. It's waiting for you to let them give it to you. So let's see. I think that was just solution. Let's move on to advice. What is the advice? The final advice for Scorpio: to gather information. If the whole like rehab facility thing is resonating for you, maybe it's like to do your research on where it is that you want to check into, where it is that you want to go. But it is telling you to like gather information, do some research, study something, observe something, and to sit with your pain, to sit with your disappointment, to process that, to process those feelings, those emotions. Let them come up, accept them, don't repress them, don't look away, don't be afraid. It's okay to cry. It's okay to express yourself and to be truthful with how you feel and where you're at. You repressing your emotions and your feelings, it's what got you to where you're at. So the solution is literally to process whatever needs to come up. Let it come up and just allow, because this is what's going to be making way for changes, is you allowing yourself to do this and supporting yourself, putting yourself in a supportive environment, in a safe environment for you to do this, getting the help that you need. So if you need a therapist, or if you do need a rehab facility or retreat or something, it's telling you to look into that. Start looking into who you can talk to, where you can go to open up if you need help with this process. There's help available. Spirit is saying that you can absolutely heal from this and become stronger from this, and good things can come from this. And this is part of your journey. This is part of your process. You had to go through this to bloom more fully into yourself, This is a very spiritual journey that you're on, and it's very divinely led, very divinely guided. I know it could seem very uncomfortable right now, but you are on path, you are on track. Look for the help, you will find it. Set out those intentions. As soon as you start looking, like as soon as you start showing spirit that you're willing, that you're open, that you're looking into finding the help that you need, they got your back 100%. They're gonna align you to exactly who it is that you need or where it is that you need to go. It's all gonna open up for you. They just wanna see you like being open and being receptive and being willing to like make those first steps. And then they're gonna meet you and start like aligning things for you. Because again, it's like meant to be. This is part of your divine path, part of your divine purpose is what you're going through right now. So the sooner you can start perceiving this as a good thing versus a really negative thing, the better it's going to be for you. The better you're going to feel about like taking these steps and knowing that you're moving in the right direction. Okay, Scorpio, those were your messages. I truly hope that served you. Wishing you the best of luck. So much love to you. You got this. You can do this. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I hope to see you again soon in another reading. Take good care of yourself. We are going to be... Whoops. We are going to be moving on now to week after Scorpio. Sagittarius. Okay, Sagittarius. So let's see. What is the current energy for you? We have the Empress. And I already got the second card out for you as well. So Sagittarius, it seems that right now you could be feeling very abundant. You are experiencing a harvest. You may be feeling very well taken care of. Like everything around you is thriving, blooming, growing, multiplying. And yeah, just really good vibes for current energies. The block is coming up as the Queen of Swords. So I think right now is just a time for you to enjoy what you have, to enjoy your surroundings, to really be grounded in the abundance that surrounds you, be present in it, enjoy it, and don't overthink it too much. Like don't try to strategize or plan anything. Try to notice patterns. Maybe recently you've been like really successful with something and you have the urge to try to retrace all of your steps, you know, like, okay, I did this, and this, you know, to be where I'm at today, to produce the abundance that I've produced today. These were the steps that I took. This was the strategy. These were the decisions that I made. This is how I made sense of everything. And it's almost like maybe your mind wants to think that over, you know, record that. So maybe you can replicate that process, or so you can always know how to do it. You know, like trying to find patterns and make logical sense of things. But since it's coming out in the blocked position, I would say that this isn't a time where that type of energy is doing anything for you. I feel like Spirit is saying just be present in the moment, just enjoy what is for now. Don't worry about the future and like what's to come or, you know, what has been and how you can try to maintain this abundance that you're surrounded by. But instead, just surrender to it, just fall into it, be present with it, enjoy it for what it is right now in this moment. Know that in life there are ups and there are downs. We win some, we lose some. And right now it looks like you're winning. So just enjoy it, you know, don't try to be like, okay, I'm winning. Now how can I ensure that I just keep winning, you know? No matter how much we plan or we try to be prepared and all of that, God has his own plans, right? You know that saying, you make plans and God laughs. So you might as well just enjoy every moment for what it is. Don't try to have too much control. I'm getting that maybe, you know, you want to have too much control over the future when you should just be happy with where you're at currently and just enjoying where you're at currently. Okay, so let's see. What is the heart of the matter? What is the heart of the matter for Sagittarius? Spirit is showing me that in order for you to overcome any sadness, any disappointments, potentially of your past, maybe, I don't know, these hurts that you've had to endure in your past has put you in that stance that you're in where it's like, you can't just settle into your success. It's almost like your mind is just calculating, like can't stop trying to make sense of things instead of letting yourself just enjoy and indulge and just be satisfied by your senses. There's like a coldness because you're like too stuck in your intellectual mind, in the facts. And sometimes when we're too much in this energy, it can make us be overly nitpicky it just doesn't let us fully enjoy. It can be very cutting. It can be verbally mean, like you may be finding yourself complaining, maybe even being cold-hearted in certain situations, vindictive or spiteful. So if you've been embodying these qualities, I feel like all of this has been a result of the disappointment and the pains and the hurts of your past. So Spirit just really wants you to reflect on that fact. That's what they're really highlighting here, what they're pointing to. Because I feel like there's so much love around you, there's so much beauty around you, fertility, success. There's just so much opportunity for growth. This truly is a very fertile time that you're in. Spirit just wants you to be aware of the energy that surrounds you. It's a beautiful, beautiful energy. Nurturing, fertile, abundant, full of possibilities, full of opportunity, but you giving into your intellectual mind, logical thinking, it's almost like you're not seeing this fertile ground that you're in. And this has to do with internal wounding that you carry surrounding past disappointments and hurts. And Spirit is saying, in order for you to change your lens and to perceive the situation for what it is, which is a wish fulfillment, which is something positive. It's like you're turning something beautiful and tainting it by trying to find things wrong with it, or maybe even being a little bit ungrateful, trying to make sense out of it too much instead of just surrendering to it and leading more with your emotions, with your feelings, with your feminine side, versus with that very pointed and directed masculine side that wants to put everything in a box and categorize everything so that they can make sense out of everything logically. And like anything else, this is asking you to go within, to look within, because it's only there that you can shift gears and turn things around. Everything in life kind of shows us something about ourselves, right? The way that we handle things, experience things, perceive things, teaches you about yourself, it helps you to become self-aware. But yeah, I'm just saying that you're in a good situation, but it's like you cannot see that. You haven't computed that this is a good situation, that this is a fertile situation, that you're in abundant grounds, in abundant circumstances. And maybe there is a little bit of pain, a little bit of disappointment that you're touching on here that makes you a little bit uncomfortable. That is the reason why you can't compute and reason that you're in a good situation that is bringing good fortune and that is going to expand things and change things, shift things for the better. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. All the cards fell out of my hand. Beautiful. I just feel like there's a huge opportunity here, but you're right at the start of it or something like that. But there's something here that once it's fully developed, once it's grown, once it's bloomed, can provide so much emotional fulfillment, but it is being met with some kind of resistance. Because, I don't know, maybe, like I said, you're experiencing disappointment here, pain, hurt. So you might be associating these feelings with needing to be cautious. You feel like you need to be cautious. You need to make sure everything makes sense and everything is reasonable. Whenever you feel hurt and pain, you try to quickly get out of that space, because you don't want to feel that. And I know nobody wants to feel hurt and pain. That sucks. Sitting through hurt and pain and disappointment sucks. Not a lot of people are going to purposefully want to sit in that. But I feel like instead of seeing it as suffering, if we could change our perspectives to this pain is here because it's meant to balance the scales in some way. It's meant to learn a lesson. This is a lesson that I want to learn, that apparently I need to learn. I needed to come across these challenges, whatever this obstacle is, to perfect my own gnosis, my own understanding, my own knowledge, and just understanding that we grow through what we go through, These energies, these uncomfortable energies, are things that we need to confront within ourselves. So when they come up, instead of, trying to avoid it or thinking it's a bad thing, it's being able to understand, actually, that this is an opportunity for growth. This is an opportunity to overcome something, to see something about ourselves, so that we may become more self-aware about something. So let's see, let's get more information. Let's look at the solution. What is the solution here for Sagittarius? Solution for Sagittarius. Yeah, I feel like you need to lean into it. Like whatever this is that you're experiencing, you need to lean into it. Stop trying to avoid it, look the other way. It's like something is being offered here to you, an opportunity that you're missing. It's like you're not recognizing it as an opportunity. It's like what I was saying earlier. It's not computing because it might feel a little bit undesirable right now. But it's like this is where it's at, you know? This is where the energy is flowing, where the opportunity lies, where it exists. I just feel like there's an overabundance, a beauty here, a fertility, a creativity, a nurturing, loving energy. And you might just be totally missing it because you're not present in the moment. You haven't surrendered to it. So allow this to show you something about yourself and what it is that you're facing, what it is that you're being called to confront within yourself. And instead of perceiving this as suffering, as something undesirable, it's understanding that this is life. You know, this is why we're here. We grow through our challenges. It makes us better, you know? It gives our life purpose and meaning. Everything isn't meant to be, you know, rainbows and butterflies and sunshine and growth, you know, and all of the time. We're not going to experience abundance and fertility and growth in the same way all of the time. It's not meant to look the same way all of the time. So even if there's a reason why you can't see it, you know, why you can't recognize it, why it's not accessible for you to perceive this in that way, it's showing it to me that it is actually a good situation that you're in, that you're perceiving to be kind of maybe not a great situation. Maybe you're trying to cut away from it. You're trying to intellectualize it, intellectualize your way out of it, explain your way out of it. Your mind is just trying to make sense of it. But maybe this is your ego trying to do this, trying to control, trying to gain some kind of control here, trying to convince you of something. So you might be like cursing a really good thing is what I'm seeing. Something with just like unlimited amount of potential, waiting for you to like tap into it. I'm just seeing so much like creativity, growth, fertility, love, beauty, an overabundance of it, an overflowing and overpouring of it. And you can work your way up to being able to tap into it, being able to access it. Because I feel like right now you don't have access to it. It's like you can't see it, you can't perceive it. You haven't tapped into it, but it's like there. And in order for you to tap into it, it's going to require you to like take a journey within, to look inside, to become self-aware about certain things, to gain wisdom. And this is what's going to help you shift this energy and move this forward, like elevate this situation. But you can't do that if you're trying to ignore it. And if you're not able to see this higher cup being offered to you and see this as the blessing that it is. So let's see. Let's pull a card for advice. What is the advice for Sagittarius? What is the advice for Sagittarius? The advice. Spirit is asking you to like call out some kind of shady behavior, whether it's in yourself. And if it is in yourself, it's something that you took on from childhood, something that was like passed down to you from those people that raised you, your family, those people that were in your early life. It's asking you to call something out in this group. So siblings, family members, people that you've known for a really long time, potentially since childhood. Something here is deceptive. There's like a deceptive energy surrounding this. So I don't know if it's like these people clouding your image or ruining this opportunity for you, or I don't know. I'm just seeing that you have really good circumstances. You're in a really good place right now. And it's almost like you can't see it. You're not enjoying it. It's like you even want to cut off something good or be vicious towards something that's so positive. And this blockage is coming, obviously, like always, from inside of you, from within, from maybe feeling uncomfortable or just, feeling triggered about everything you've had to go through in your past, all of the disappointments and pains that you carry. But it's something personal that you need to overcome in order to clean your lens. And this is your opportunity to do it. But you're not noticing this higher cup. You're not noticing the fertility that exists here. All you're seeing is like the disappointment, the hurt, the pain. Maybe you were disappointed in childhood, or this stems from your childhood in some way. And this is your opportunity to look at it, to shed light on it, to see the truth about it, and to break free from it, because it's like not allowing you to be fully yourself, to be fully who you are, to embody your full truth, your authenticity, your creativity. This is like an opportunity for you to tap into this creativity that was maybe taken away from you at an early age, wrongfully. This is your time to tap back into it, to get it back. Your opportunity to do that through whatever situation you're going through. So it's like if you just learn to see the situation in a different way, perceive it differently, it can move you out of tough waters. It can move you out of a difficult situation, what you're perceiving this to be a difficult situation. You don't have to be perceiving the situation the way that you're perceiving it. It's like you're going about it the hard way. And it's because there is a lack of wisdom. There is a lack of gnosis. And through this situation, you can gain that gnosis, that wisdom, through surrendering to this situation. Instead of cursing it out and blocking it off and trying to make sense out of all the reasons why this isn't a good thing, when it's actually a great thing, So the advice is to see it clearly, to see where the distortion is, the deception, the lies. Where are you doing this to yourself? Again, it could be your family members, people from your past, people that there's a history here with, siblings, cousins, longtime childhood friends that are negatively influencing the situation. Or this is where you picked this up, this defense mechanism. And Spirit wants you to see it clearly, to get really clear on it, to see where something is imbalanced, where something is misaligned, where there may be malintention. Because something here definitely needs to change. It wants to change. It's coming up because it's ready to change. It's ready for you to become aware of it. It's ready for you to see it clearly so that you can work on this, so that you can take the actions you need to take and do what you need to do, go where you need to go, say what you need to say, so things can start moving and shifting and progressing, because it's like you're just at a standstill. Spirit wants to see you make progress here. They want to see movement here. Okay, Sagittarius, so that's what I have for you. Those were your messages. I truly hope they have served you. Sending you all my love, good luck. Thanks for being here with me today. I hope to see you again at another reading. Take good care of yourself. We're going to be moving on now to Capricorn. Let's see what's coming up for Capricorn. What are the current energies for Capricorn? So Capricorn, you're just focused right now. You have your eyes on the prize. You know what it is that you want to work towards, and you're putting in the work, the effort. You're staying committed, dedicated, disciplined, doing what it is that you have to do to assure your success, to be victorious in whatever it is that you're pursuing. Oop. All these cards are falling. Well, this one flipped, so I'm going to take it. I guess I'll take that one as the block. And I'll take this one as the heart of the matter. So yeah, Capricorn, there may be a change here that needs to happen that maybe, you're afraid of, you're not ready, for things to shift, for things to change. Maybe your goal whatever it is that you're setting out to accomplish, to attain, maybe you need to take a different direction. Maybe you're having to take a detour, an unexpected detour. And Spirit is asking you to be flexible. If these detours present, it's because it's meant to be. And if you're resistant to a change in your path, to an unexpected change in your path, then you're resisting what is, you're resisting God's will. And so Spirit is saying, like, there needs to be a flexibility, because I feel like things are shifting, things are changing, and you don't want them to, or something, or, you know, you were so like dead set and focused on whatever it was that you were focused on, that now that there's like a shift, a change of plans, it could be met with resistance, or it could be hard for you to kind of like get with the memo, get with the program, and take these changes into account moving forward. Because I think now, you know, there's different things that need to be done. If you're going in a different direction, there's a different way that you're being called to perceive a situation, to make sense out of a situation. You know, maybe you need to change your plans. You need to change your course of action. You need to change your decisions. There's something that you need to like rectify here. Something about the decisions you've made, you know, you need to go back now and reevaluate and kind of like adjust accordingly to whatever these changes are that are presenting themselves to you. It just seems like you don't want to take these changes into account. Like, you know, you're like, nope, this is the route I'm taking. No detours, none of that. But, you know, if there's an exit that is blocked off or closed off because of construction, because of an accident, whatever, you have to take a detour. It's like there's no choice. You're being directed a different way. So now, you know, it's that time where it's like, okay, I can't take my usual route, or I can't take this way. There's a blockage that occurred. There's something that came up. Now I have to think of another way, change directions. And you're finding yourself at the point where it's kind of like you have to take these changes into account to shift and move what you need to shift and move, so that you can get to where it is that you want to get to. But you're just like having to take a different way, or having to take a different approach, or having to consider, you know, information that came through. Okay, so let's keep going. Let's see, what is the solution for Capricorn? Oh man, Cap. So, I don't know. I'm seeing that you have to cut something off that's toxic. Maybe you're catching a whiff of something that's toxic, something that's deceptive, and you need to end this, you know, like something about this needs to shift, needs to change, needs to transform. You need to end something. It's like you're catching a whiff of some shady behavior, some weird energy, some funky energy, like something smells, you know, something stinks. Something is off here, and you caught a whiff of it. You're seeing it clearly, and it's time for you to cut ties with whatever that is, because it's like you were never going to achieve victory while this energy is like hanging around, attached to you in some way. So if, you know, success is what you want, if success is what you're after, the reason why you're getting this detour is because this is not the path that success is on. Spirit is trying to redirect you. It's like they want you to get your abundance, because I just feel like maybe it didn't have anything to do with you. Like you were just minding your own business, doing your thing. You come across some funny business, and now this is something that you need to consider. But take it how it resonates, because I'm also seeing a possibility that you could have also like been very focused on the outcome, and you had tunnel vision, and you were very like defensive, you know, like ready for battle. You had all of like your war gear on, you know, you were feeling unstoppable, like nothing is going to get in your way. And you just knew exactly where you had to go. You knew where your destination was, and you were beaming to it. But there's a need for change here. Something has come up. You're seeing something here. You're seeing something clearly. You're seeing the truth about something. That's something about the path that you're on. Whether it's you, yourself, your approach, or whether it has something to do, you know, that's external to you. There's something that's deceptive here that maybe you weren't seeing clearly before, but now you are. and it's causing you to reroute. There's a need to reroute because you're seeing like that the path you were on, it wasn't it. This is not the path towards success. You're not going to get what you're looking for, what you want on this path. And so a change is necessary, but I am seeing resistance to this change. There's a resistance. So let's see, what is the advice then for Capricorn? What is the advice? So we got these 4 cards for advice. And yeah, I'm just seeing like Capricorn, the ball is in your court. I'm seeing that you have clarity. You're seeing the truth about something. I know change can be difficult, especially, you know, when we were like dead set on something being a certain way and then it's not that way. There's a disappointment, a grieving that needs to like happen, you know, for you to grieve what you thought things were going to be like. But Spirit is telling you, you have to be flexible. Things come, things go, you know, things are always shifting. The tide is always turning. It's coming in and out. And at any point, things can shift. And we just have to be flexible and willing to shift and move and meet the universe with whatever energy we're being called to meet it with at any given moment. Like we just need to, you know, be surrendered enough to trust. And Spirit is saying that you feel something. You're feeling an impulse within to change, to switch directions, or you know that there's a need for that. And Spirit wants you to lean into that like impulse, into that curiosity, so that you can have a new beginning for yourself. They want you to see clearly, to find solutions, and to, instead of focusing on how horrible of a situation this is, needing to, you know, face this ending, face this death, and how horrible this is, to be curious, you know, to be curious about what's waiting for you on the other side, to be curious about the unknown, to be excited, to just look at life as the adventure that it is, and be curious about what's to come, and believe, you know, dare to believe that this is all happening for the best. Believe that something good is coming out of this. Be optimistic about the situation instead of, you know, focusing on the negatives, the discomfort, the disappointment, the disillusionment, the pain, the ending, the closed door. Instead of looking at the glass half empty, look at it as like the glass half full. And maybe, you know, you're not so sure about this new way, this different path that you're being called to take. You have no idea where it's leading you, but you know that you're being called. You know you're being drawn to it. You know you're being led to it. And you know that this path that you're on, it's like you've reached a stalemate. You've reached some kind of dead end. And it's time for you to be able to see that clearly. And you might as well be optimistic, you know, choose to be optimistic about this new path that you're being encouraged to take. You have to surrender to God's will. That's all it takes, is surrendering. And I know, it's way easier said than done. I get it. We're humans, and this human condition is very limiting. But it's like once we have that wisdom, that understanding, there's a humility there, you know, to understand that we don't always see things exactly as they are. We don't always know what's best. So when Spirit steps in, when one door closes and another one opens, we're just being called to trust, to surrender. Because you know that our universe loves us and just wants the best for us. And anything that comes up is always just an opportunity for us to grow and to learn. So I think the lesson here for you is you need to be flexible. Things can change, things can shift, no matter how prepared you are, how focused you are, how disciplined you are, how sure of your outcome you are. We have to be ready for things to change, because things can change so drastically, so quickly, and sometimes it's needed, sometimes it's necessary, like what I see in this case. So just allow this ending to happen, allow yourself to be rerouted, don't resist it. You're feeling this pull, you're feeling this urge for a reason. Try to stay optimistic about it, curious about it, open to the change, to the new adventure, and just be at peace with the situation and move forward with this new outlook, with this solution that you have. It is guiding you towards victory and towards success. Okay, Capricorn, that's what I have for you. Those were your messages. I hope that has served you. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Sending you all my love. You got this. I hope to see you again in another reading. Take good care of yourselves. We are going to be moving on now to Aquarius. All right, Aquarius, let's see. What are the current energies for Aquarius? Okay, so Aquarius, it looks like you guys might be experiencing some kind of like anxiety as it pertains to just your everyday routine, your everyday experience, like the details of your everyday life, the things that you need to do, you know, your duties, your responsibilities. There's some sort of like uneasiness or anxiety associated to that. So the block is like you're not making any plans to change anything. So I'm seeing that, you know, something that you do every day in your everyday life isn't working for you. And even though it's not working for you, it's like you're enduring it. You're not making any plans to change anything, to adjust anything. The heart of the matter is the King of Swords. I think this was the heart of the matter for Capricorn too. So yeah, this makes perfect sense because the King of Swords, it's all about like making really good decisions, making good choices based off of like the facts of a situation, doing what has to be done to like adjust something accordingly. You're receiving information, you're getting information about your situation, and it's time for you to make a balanced judgment about it. I feel like this is definitely a very important decision right now that you're coming across, and you're gonna need your logical mind, your intellectual mind to make this decision, to bring balance into your situation. So let's see, what is the solution here for Aquarius? Yeah, it's like you know that something isn't working. You know that you need to make changes. You know that you don't feel good about something, that there's something that you need to separate yourself from, that you need to walk away from, that doesn't really have any good energy here for you, isn't offering you anything. And it's something that like you have to deal with daily, you know? So that's why it's such a block. It's such a big block because it's like influencing your daily life. So this could even just be like a really bad habit. Like if you have a habit of eating a box of donuts every night while you watch your favorite TV show, you're being affected by the negative influences of that decision, of that choice, yet you're not doing anything about it. And it's like, you know that it's not good for you. You know, maybe you know that you get really bad stomach aches, or, you know, that your skin is breaking out, that you just don't feel good. It doesn't make you feel good. Maybe you feel guilty even after indulging. Obviously, this is just an example. Please take it as it resonates. So Spirit just really wants you to take a look at that, to not ignore the facts of what's happening. I feel like you have information of like where this problem is originating and what it is, you know, that you're doing. How are you contributing? How are you allowing this energy into your everyday? And to know that, you know, no one is gonna come in and save the day for you. Like, you need to make that choice. It's all on you, you know? You have to depend on yourself to want the best for yourself and to choose the best for yourself and to stop self-sabotaging, you know? And I feel like the effects that you're feeling, it's not physical. Like, whatever you're feeling is very internal. It's like it's bringing on anxiety, overthinking thoughts that are all-consuming. It's making your mind go crazy. You know, like your mind is running wild. It's causing you to doubt, to fear, whatever this thing is. This could be your job, or just it's something that you do every day. I'm definitely seeing that. So yeah, it is something very internal. It's not something that can be, I don't think, outwardly like measured, but it's like you know about it. There's energy here indicating that you're correlating it to something, to a certain activity or action. You have an inner knowingness of where this energy is stemming from in your life, you know? And you can make changes. You're being encouraged to make changes, to start planning, at least, to get into like the planning phase, to move yourself out of this like energy. Maybe it's a very competitive energy that you're around, or there's like a lot of bickering, fighting, back and forth, people trying to defend their positions, defend their stances. There is definitely like tension and resistance, discord, maybe always feeling like you need to say something, have the last word, you know, because you feel like you're standing up for yourself. But this energy just isn't doing anything for you. It's draining you. It's opening the doors to all of this other negative energy. So it's like, you know, you're not at peace here. So you have to make a choice. You have to make a decision to see your way out, to put yourself in a better situation, in a better environment that's going to be more supportive of your growth. And this could be like an internal environment, like an internal landscape that's going to be more supportive of your growth. Okay, so let's see. What is the advice for Aquarius? What is the advice for Aquarius? Okay, so the advice, yeah, it's just there's something that needs to change in your work environment, with something that you do every day, with the people even that you're working with. Spirit is trying to tell you like not to wait anymore. Don't wait around like thinking that circumstances will change, things will change. You have to make these changes. It's like you have to make the decision, or else you're going to be unhappy forever, you know? Well, that sounds extreme, but you know, like you're always going to be unsatisfied. It doesn't have to be that way. Life is trying to present to you a higher cup, but you have to choose it. You have to decide on it. And then, you know, like not only have a plan, create a plan, but then follow through on it, you know? You have to work on it. Maybe it's like you have to build new habits, and it's going to take time. And you know you need to do this. It's like, I feel like you know you need to do this. There's an inner knowingness that whatever this is affecting so many different areas of your life. It's influencing a lot. And instead of looking at this like a pain in the ass and like something you want to avoid, you do have to shift perspectives to be able to perceive the situation differently. Instead of looking at it as a loss, as disappointment, as something that's bringing on sadness, look at it as something that is going to be a wish fulfillment eventually in time. In time, it's going to prove to be a wish fulfillment because it's going to bring balance. It's going to change things slowly over time from the inside that can then be reflected in the outside. But it's like something inside needs to change, needs to shift. You need to create like a more supportive internal landscape, internal environment to support your growth, your ultimate growth. So yeah, I feel like this is something very spiritual, which is funny because it's also calling for you to use your logic, to make these choices, to make these decisions. There could be something you have to sacrifice, something you have to give up. This is going to take time though. And it is going to involve like spiritual work, spiritual practices even potentially, because a change from the inside out needs to happen in order for you to level up and complete the cycle that you're in. Okay, Aquarius, I'm going to leave it there. I hope these messages have served you. Good luck with everything. As always, you got this. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I look forward to seeing you again at another reading. Take good care of yourselves, and we are going to be moving on now to the next sign.